We've got another amazing guest. So excited to have her joining us today. It is the one and only Jenna Sackett, who is from Stahls. Drum roll, please. Jenna, are you with us? Did you make it? Are you
Yeah,
here?
I'm here. What's up?
There
I'm
she
so
is.
excited to be here. This has been awesome. I've been queued in for about an hour or so now, and I'm like, this is great. I love the energy. I love the topics. I'm so glad you guys had me.
Well, listen, we're lucky. Thank you for taking the time to join us. As most people know, Stahls for lots of great things, hotronics, heat presses, transfers, film, the list goes on. But more importantly, we got a chance to connect again at Printing United. So this is my small way of saying verbally in front of everybody, Jenna is freaking smart, man. You need to get to know this girl. You need to tune into whatever she's doing online, on YouTube, posts, blogs, Instagram. Follow Jenna. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So guess what? Terry, you got a question coming up, don't you?
I do. And we could talk about all Stahls products, but it's the education, just like us that separates Stahls from a lot of the competition out there. So Jenna, you can't succeed with transfers without a heat press, right? So
right.
What do we need to know? What are the critical components, construction, durability, warranty, all those things? Why can't I go to Amazon and buy a $189 heat press?
Right. So every time that we talk about heat transfers, we always talk about that really important recipe. You have to follow those time, temperature, and pressure instructions, or else you can experience product failure. And one of those requirements is to have an accurate heat press that's going to give you all of those readouts for you. And then sometimes that's just not something you can find on Amazon. It may give you a temperature readout, may give you a time countdown for you, but a lot of the key things are making sure that the temperature is accurate every time, the pressure is accurate every time. A lot of people don't think about pressure as one of those really important factors when it comes to having success with heat transfers. So all around, whenever you're looking for a durable heat press so that you can have success with heat transfers, those are the three key things. So just making sure you have those readouts of time, temperature, and pressure, because every heat transfer that you get, if you're getting it from the right place, because they're not all made the same either, right?
Nice.
But if you're getting it from the right place, it will come with those instructions. So we want to make sure that your press is giving you that recipe the same way you would bake cookies in an oven, right?
Yes, no, that's perfect. That's so well said. And you know what? Whether you're outsourcing your transfers through somebody like Stahls or one of their other affiliate companies, or whether you are doing it yourself, what you just said is critical. Words of wisdom from Jenna Sackett.
Jenna, and let me add this. I'm always getting on my soapbox about heat presses, but I'm like, invest in a good quality heat press. But here's the payoff. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that same heat press is going to be in your shop, just cranking out product.
Right. And I mean, I think that hits too to sustainability, right? We want something that's going to be built to last, not something that we have to throw out and replace within a couple of years. So I know sustainability is such a huge topic, but don't forget about, it's not just about apparel. It's about the equipment that you're investing in as well.
Right. Great point. Great point. So let me follow up from Terry's question. We have heard a lot about direct to film. Maybe Scott, will you put yourself on mute for just a second? So we have heard a lot about direct to film, DTF transfers, et cetera, et cetera. But how do you think, you've seen this now, you've seen this from an emerging technology to something that Stahls offers, and you've seen it kind of creep into our industry. How do you think it's going to help the small business grow? That's what I really want to hear you talk about.
I think that it'll really help small businesses grow because it's giving them access to product without upfront investment of equipment. So if they want something that they can easily get started with, that has always been our thing with heat transfers, right? You don't need a huge upfront investment to be able to print quality product that you are seeing and their customers are seeing from these big box brands, right? We want to be able to mimic what those big box brands are doing, because they are the trendsetter, right? Even in our industry, we look at what they're doing. We strive to offer products that look as cool and have as good of quality as some of those really well-known brands. So it's allowing small businesses that are just getting started. Maybe it's a side hustle. Maybe they're expanding from crafting and they want to start at a larger scale. Transfers is the way to do it. Not only are you avoiding, your upfront investment of equipment by just ordering transfers, but you're also getting transfers at a good price. You can't really beat 6 cents a square inch, and direct to film heat transfers gives you that ability to be able to order transfers at a good price point so that you're not also breaking the bank and considering, oh, maybe I should just invest in the long run. Not only for small businesses, but businesses that are also offering maybe embroidery or screen printing, and they want to be able to complement those those print technologies with something else so that they don't have to turn away business because maybe it doesn't meet a requirement for them to fulfill it with another option. So there's a lot of opportunity with it. And I think that it helps businesses in every aspect, whether they're small, medium, or large, whatever their scale may be.
Love that answer. I think it opens up a lot of doors. It's going to help. Well, we hear it every day from our customer base. So I'm going to say this. So little pressers become big pressers. So they may start small and outsource and buy everything from you guys. Our goal is at some point, they're going to cross the crossroads where it may make sense to then bring in equipment on their own.
Absolutely. Yeah. We want to see growth, right?
Love it.
But there's always that starting point, and we want to make sure we're helping there too.
Beautifully
really, every decorator out there, for the most part, started somewhere in a garage or a dining room. So, and a lot of those well-recognized companies like Tom Round. But hey, I have a nuts and bolts question for you, Jenna. So what's your not so secret recipe for heat pressing polyester and eliminating those creases and press lines?
Yeah, spill the beans. It's just the three of us, Jenna. Nobody else.
No, everybody needs to know. Everybody needs to know, because we look at great brands like Lane 7 that are incorporating those really, really nice substrates like poly blends, tri blends, anything like that. All you need is a little bit of lower heat. Right?
That's it?
So,
that's the secret?
Lower heat. That's it.
Oh
so you guys
God.
have probably seen this with the 360 IQ whenever it comes to performance caps or just those really hard to decorate hats that are structured. Maybe they have, a 6 panel, whatever it may be. It has lower heat on that heat press. And that is what is solving the crease issue, the crushing issue. And we also see that with our heated lower platens as well, right? So this is a shameless plug because we do offer the solution, and it is lower heat that you can plug into any Hotronix heat press. But it's the solution because now we're heat applying the heat transfer from the underside of the garment, the inside of it. Right. So if it's getting scorched, no worries, because you can't see it when you're wearing it. So yeah, that's the way to avoid any like damaging, whether that's scorching, heat press marks, just adding some lower heat.
Tips, knowledge bombs, little nuggets like that, Terry, goes a long way.
I know.
Jenna,
there might be one of those hat presses upstairs here right now.
Yeah.
So.
I think I just heard it go off.
I love that for you, Terry.
Love that new hat press. So before we let you go, last question, Jenna, thanks again. But new trends. I know that you're very active in the community. You see lots of things. You're watching Instagram. You are very well connected. You, in fact, are an influencer. So don't forget that. But what are some of the fun things that you've seen? Maybe imprint locations, maybe something different. Love to get your take on that.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things to talk about is unique print locations, because you can look at a t-shirt and see a standard left chest. But what we want to do for the brands that we're printing for is make their brand stand out, right? If you as a printer can take someone's brand and elevate it, they're going to remember that and they're going to come back, right? We want those repeat customers. And this is a way to do it. Doing unique print locations, maybe instead of a left chest, you're hitting the back shoulder, just something unique. Sleeve prints, pocket prints, if it's a hoodie, there's so many unique advantages of doing things like hooded fleece, sweatpants, because there's just so much real estate on products like that to add unique print locations to. And I always say the more areas of a garment you can print realistically, right? We don't want to go too crazy with it. We still want it to look great. But it's the more profit that you can add for that piece, right? So
I have to laugh. Matt Olson said the right chest is the new left chest for 2023. Okay, wise guy.
Listen, I love that.
It is pretty funny. I like it. I love that. I've seen you guys print on hoods, on the hoodies, whether it's right side up or right side backwards or inside out, I don't know, but just having the courage to try and showcase. So make lots of samples, right? I've seen you guys do this at shows where you're constantly making samples. Just experiment. Would that be some final advice? Yeah,
absolutely experiment. You never know what's going to hit. I got to do a lot of really fun stuff with brands that Stahls works with personally for printing out of our fulfillment center. And so we just got to have a lot of fun with it, try new things. I will say, if you are currently doing screen print, direct to film, direct to garment, if you can get your hands on dimensional products, puff, 3D emblems such as flex style, PVC, silicone, rubberized finishes, anything that takes it and pops it off the garment a little bit, is just going to elevate that brand even more. So unique print finishes is another really big trend.
Great advice. Love that. So the texture pays. That's what I heard. I love that. Jenna, we could talk to you forever, but we can't because we're on a tight schedule. That's why the clock is over my shoulder. But thank you so much for joining us. Until we see each other soon, take care. Happy holidays. Thanks for all of your wisdom.
Thank you guys. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Jenna.
We will see you soon. And by the way, people were bragging about that Stahls hat press in the chat. So must be doing something right.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
See you guys.
All right. Take care.